typing fucking session and shit.
Hello everybody, hope you're all doing well today. I definitely feel a little bit better than yesterday. I mean, I'm definitely not done with this whole flu thingy, but hey, you know. I'll just keep chugging a lot of water. I'll be switching to my Be Right Back screen, maybe just as much as yesterday to blow my nose and all that kind of stuff. But hey, I feel well enough to stream and to get cracking with all this coding, because today we are going to continue with the whole Next.js stuff. Let's see, what are we going to do today? We are going to finish the default layout. We are going to I think we are going to get started with like getting all the data for the database, all that kind of fun stuff. And is there anything more we are getting done today? I don't know. Let's just go with the flow, see where we end. Because I'm a little bit under the weather, I don't set any hard deadlines. We'll just be chilling. We'll just be chilling today. So, let's get started then. I really have to set up a hotkey for like muting my mic, so every time I sneeze or cough, it's just easier to mask. Oh well. Let's get going. So let's see. Let's first start the development server. Whoop. Localhost 3000. Let's go. Okay, so this is where we ended yesterday. I'm still a little annoyed by why Windows renders the text so freaking ugly. But then again, oh well. We have this, we have this, we have all the pages. We still have to set up these pages. I mean, that's something we could do today, but then again, when I set up a page, I'll probably want to finish it as well. Oh well, let's just go. Let's first focus on the mobile navigation. I don't know, how did I do this with my own website? Maybe I will just do it that way. That might make a little sense. Let's just stick this to the side, shall we? So we can do this. Okay, cool. Cool. So let's go to the navigation. So this is hidden. We might have to add like an extra button. How should we approach this? Maybe we can do like MD. So it doesn't have any like column space things for mobile. So that way we can introduce like another div which has exactly these values, but then these values are going to be used for rendering a button which is going to open and close the, so like open menu. That's great. Why is it all the way down there? So we have column span 6. And MD is 1, so we probably need to do like this is also column span 6. It starts at 7. It's including 7. Right. Let's inspect the elements just to be sure that we are on the right track. So we have 2, we have this one, and we have this one. Five, 6. 6, yeah, that's right. And we can do this flex, and we can say justify end. It's great. And then we can also use this. Let's grab this. Let's just start the button here, and maybe we'll use some classes to get started. Some of the same class to get started. But maybe we want to do it with an outline. So like border. Like let's say border 2. And then let's make this half. 5. This is better. Maybe 6. 6 is better. Maybe 2. To give it some more space. text white. And then let's also do rounded SM. Or maybe just rounded. Oh, it's already, I already added a class there. Let's move this towards the end, because I think that's a better position for this one. I like rounded SM. Then you can do open menu. Once you click open menu, we'll probably have to do like import use state from React. Menu is open. Set menu is open. Use state false. Let's start it out at false. Okay, cool. So then we can do stuff like this. Menu is open. Click. We can do like set menu is open. Menu is open. Cool, 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 cool. And then we can probably add this class based on like is open or not, because that will also make it responsive as well. Because we do, if we have hidden, we want to go to MD flex. So yeah, that's the way to go. So let's do that right now. So we only want to incorporate this one. Oh, sorry. Only want to do this. So menu is open. Do nothing else at hidden. Ooh. Open menu, close menu. We probably want to set a fixed width now that I'm seeing this. So does it have a width of 133? So if we pick a calculator and do like here's the calculator so you guys can see it as well. Divided by 16, because 16 is our base pixel, we get an 8.3. So let's open up a Tailwind. Let's open up the Tailwind documentation. Width. We were searching for 8, right? We can do with 32, like set a fixed width. So instead of a px, let's just say width is 32. It's a little narrow, but I think if we go like one set bigger, it will be too much. I think 36 is the next in line, right? This is not... Nah, that's too much. Let's just say a width of 32. That's fine. Hey, Jack. What's up, dude? I'm still a little bit under the weather, but hey, we're still streaming. Better than yesterday. Well, now this stays nice. Yeah, I know it's an option too, but I don't know. I like this more. It's fine. I'm not mad between like a difference of points. Whatever. Let's also make like this font. Let's make this font like heading. Okay, and now I do mine, so now we might actually want a little bigger. Yeah, I really like that Tailwind added those values. I actually don't like. This is fine. This is fine. Let's say like font semi bold as well. Or let's just make it bold. What's the difference between semi? How come that semi? Oh yeah, well, maybe because semi bold is less bold than bold. Lullo, which is Dutch for dickhead. So this is cool. Now, how do we want to show this navigation? Want to make it like full screen? Or do we want to keep it like a nice bar? And I think a nice bar below the header is just fine for this. But then again, you get people to scroll down and not close menu. Is that an anti-pattern? I don't think. Let's just try it out. If menu is open, let's say that we add like, to clean this up a little, like const mobile menu classes is like an. This way we don't end up with like a huge amount of classes in here. So it makes it a little bit more easy to follow. Let's say we want to have it absolute. ¿Qué pasa? Menu is open. Oh, okay. So it just remembers the state. And we know that it's like this. So let's say top 4. Top 4, 8. Let's say 16. 24. Sounds like it's perfect. Fine. But now it's overlaying the header. Let's go. Oh. Let's actually open the deal with documentation as well. Let's see if we can this way. No, don't do it. God damn it. God damn. Come on. Hey, Dragonia. Welcome back. I'm just figuring out how to manage my windows so I can have like code documentation and all the other fun stuff open. Okay. Okay, cool. Oh, just like display inline flex. I think it was like flex. Oh, maybe it's just like flex and then flex direction column, right? And then flex direction, flex call. Okay, flex and flex call, right? Why? Why can't you just like define it as flex and then flex call and then remove flex row? Maybe because this is more this. Yeah. Okay, I can get behind that. And let's make the background primary for now. Let's say that the width is full. This looks a little. But maybe if we have like menu open. Where are you? Like this is the header. So we can add a class name here, right? Where we can say like menu is open. It's like BG primary. Otherwise we just do nothing. Okay. Then we have to this down a little bit. Oh, how far? Oh, fuck off. Go! Go away. 76. Okay, so maybe here we can use like the arbitrary value. But like, let's say 76 pixels. This is tight as fuck. But we still have like a little margin to the left of this. Why? Because we haven't defined like inset 0. And let's define it in front of the top so we are sure to override it. So we don't have any like browser specific things. I might still want to flex it though. Because I don't know. Oh, we have to take into account that like we can get as small screen as this. Like iPhone SEs. Okay. Okay. So now we have this giant freaking padding. I don't know where that's coming from. Give me the computed. That's because it's position 76. Why? Interesting. I doesn't want to live all the way over there. Oh, maybe because I have a bottom right. Okay. Let me just say it like left 0, right 0, 76. $61, that's interesting. Ah, that's the problem. Okay, and then we have these things. So we probably have to define that like the... Where are you? So this is from MD on. Now we have everything in the sender. MD. So let's do MD this. And MD that. Have that, and we know that we have a padding of 1 on this motherfucker. So let's do PX is 4, I guess. 4 was like 1 REM, right? Yep. About right. And let's also give this a padding bottom of, I guess, 4. What's the padding bottom of like... PY4. Okay, cool. We've posted program, which is now very freaking big. Oh well, let's just for look space. Y is also 4. Let's give everything space. I guess this is fine, right? Now, the only thing I'm kind of sad about is the button on the bottom. What do you guys think? Should I like increase the font size of the navigational items? Don't look at the button yet. I'm going to change that, but let's... I don't know. We can try, right? So let's say that on text base is right MD like text base, and maybe we can do like text large or L. I don't know. Was it large or LG? Like maybe we want to make it a little bit bigger on mobile. Does everybody have a strong opinion on this? Because I certainly don't have a strong... I think this is fine. But I think maybe the LG looks better. Okay, Jack. You decided on this. I will include you in the credits of this. LG looks better. I think I agree with that one. If it... Oh, it's LG. It's not large. It's LG. Cool. So that also means that we have to make the button text LG. So let's do that as well. Now, if I F11 this, how does it look on like desktop now? I don't know why this is displaying this way, but probably because I haven't hidden this one. Let me take care of that. Okay, so we have flex, we have justify and we say like on medium devices, this is hidden. And let's put it all the way to the front so it's obvious for everyone. So now if I open the menu and like go full screen, it displays like this, which is not what we want. Normally I'm not the one to optimize for this, because I think, yeah, you can either open it on mobile or on desktop and you aren't going to scale it. Because this will pretty much require me to also look at the device, and I don't want to include any rules for that. Otherwise I have to reset like everything here. You know, I can fix this if I do something like and then like is mobile, for example, and then I have to write a media query or import a library for this. I don't know, is there like a latest state-of-the-art way to do this? You know what? Let's just add it to Notion. Maybe we'll have to maybe we'll have to import something. Yeah, I can grab the viewport, but what I don't like about that is if you grab the viewport, if you like change the viewport, there's like a constant event listener going on for that. I'd rather fix it via CSS, but then I have to write like all these classes. Maybe I'm just like being a little over dramatic for this, but I don't know. Let's just add it to the mobile menu. Well, remove mobile menu styles after scaling screen. Means fine. For another project I use like you have the I can just do it here like npm react device detect. I used this one before, which is pretty cool. But then again, it feels like overkill for just a mobile menu, right? Oh well, let's just first fix the button, and maybe we'll circle back to it. And I'm like, okay, fuck it, let's just import this library and be done with it. This would have actually been a good case to use Chakra, because I think they have this baked in. But oh well. So post program, which is this. Probably means that it's like inline, right? Whoa. Zorky, thanks for the follow. How are you doing today? Does it need to be like inline flag? Why don't you want to scale? Did I set up? Did I somewhere in this code? Did I say that it could grow? Or no? I know it's like align self, like flag start, right? Yep. Hey man, I'm good. Glad to find your channel. Hey, thanks man. Great to hear. Are you into web development yourself as well, or getting into it, or what are you doing on a day-to-day basis? We have a lot of web developers here in chat and designers as well. Or a lot. I don't know how many people. Moment. 3 people are watching. Whoa. And I love every single soul. Let's see. Like align self. I think it's just like align self, but align self. Okay, so it's self start. See? Self start. And does this give like any problems on desktop? It's fine. Cool. Cool. Oh my god, there are so much bot accounts in my chat at the moment. It's not normal, eh? Okay, I think this looks fine. Maybe could use a little like it could use a background like a shadow. Shadow, droppy shadow. But I only want it at the bottom. Which I think is possible if we give this a Z index. Like let's just give it a drop shadow. Maybe I like that actually. And now the only thing I have to do is say Z10. Why doesn't that work? Like, let's look if I'm just being like, drop shadow. I don't care. I just want to do this with Tailwind. Just have to say this is relative. Oh, if I do the make any sense if I do it. I'm dying. And help. That's because there's an absolute position element. You know what? Do I even freaking care? Okay, hopefully this coffin attack is over. Let's remove the drop shadow for now. Or we could just like say... We can do it this way. Like 0, I have this right here as well. Oop, that doesn't look all that great. No! God damn it. Get over here. I just need... I don't know, just give me an artboard. And like give me a rectangle. Like give me a drop shadow. Do for, let's say 15, like a very subtle drop shadow, or really, or is nice. Go to inspect. Let's steal this. Let's bring this one here. And what's the syntax for this? So it's like, remove this one. Then we do this. Do this. And I don't know why Figma says 0 pixels, because the right way to do this to say 0. So we have 0, 4 pixels. RGBA 0, 0, 0. And it doesn't want to work for some reason. Okay, so with drop shadow, that's right. We probably have to get rid of... No. And what if I make this like, I don't know, 5? And this does work. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Is that because I have spaces here? Is that the problem? Yeah, that's the problem. Cool. The more you know. Here, why are you adding a shadow at the top? Is this just like a CSS thing I never encountered? I mean, could be. Okay, let's Google this. I mean, I have now I want to know. Drop shadow only at some. Whenever you set blur to like the third value, set the spread fourth value to a negative of it. Okay, I didn't know about that one. So you actually can do like this. Ah, didn't know about that one before. Or I might have used it exactly like this happens one in every fucking blue moon. But now I don't seem to have like a drop shadow here, so. Well, this doesn't make any freaking sense. Let's see if it's even in DOM, right? So, drop shadow. Let's add a drop shadow here. No. I just want to include a drop shadow. ¿Qué pasa? Shadow only at bottom. Let's redo this. It's a box shadow, Twan. You are a little bit... No, come on. Box shadow like 0, 2 pixel, 2 pixel, minus 2 pixel. Okay, so it's definitely there. But this way it isn't. Okay, that's because I need shadow instead of... Yep. Okay, cool. Thank you very much. I'm actually... Ah, god damn it. Gotta love seeing it, man. Then maybe we can... excuse me. Set it a little bit bigger. Seems about right. It can be subtle as this, but now you actually have the feeling that the navigation is on top of the header. See? Like on top. S is S. Don't know where that came from. It's same hand movement, right? Navigation is navigation. Okay, cool. So I think we can say that we are done with the navigation, right? It's fine this way. It's good. Okay, nice. Just give me a second, guys. Quick toilet break from all the water. Okay, let's continue. Now, I'm going to ask myself, do I really want to optimize for behavior? Like, okay, you open the mobile navigation, now you scale the screen, and it keeps... I mean, we can do that. We can... Is it all that bad to add like a single event listener for this? Or do we want to import like a library for this so that we can also do this for the table? Because I can expect that if we are going to get started on like, okay, now thank you very much for absolutely nothing. I can imagine that we might have to do some like viewport magic for the tables. So it might actually be a good idea to include a library for this, so that we don't have like one event listener here, then we use a library on another page. And at the very worst, it only has like how many, what, maybe, let's just find out. What is React viewport library, I guess. React in viewport or like React responsive library. Is this it? Okay, this has 500. Okay, so with hooks, use media query. Okay, so this uses media queries, which is nice. How much does this add to the bundle size? Where is the info? Okay, so the okay. React device detect. That's way less. So if you don't need a view, you can use ismobile for conditional rendering. Custom view. Okay, but this adds more devices. While this is more catered towards responsive. Actually, do you guys know of any other libraries I can use that are like popular, but maybe not on my radar? React, yeah. Let's just read a couple of. Oh, this is not what I need. Okay, still we can create our own. We can create our own hook. That's also it's from Cassidy Williams. If you don't know her, check her out. She's real funny, and also a great developer. You know what? I might actually go this route. Let's create a hook for this. Let's just copy and paste this like any great senior developer and see how this helps us. So let's create a new like hooks. Let's create a hooks folder and let's call it use query.js. I'm just gonna type it over because that way I have more control over my formatting and I can actually see export function. Use media query. And we do indeed we have query and then we do const matches set matches state false. Okay, and then we have to use effect. Which is nice. So okay, how does this work? So you start with getting like the media is window watch the query has a, that returns a boolean based on if the window matches a certain media query passed in. Ooh, that's nice. I didn't know about that one yet. See, the more you know. Okay, so if media.matches is not equal to matches, then we set matches to media.matches. Makes sense. Once listener is cool, that matches sense as well. Media.listener and then we of course return it if the hook is out of scope. Remove listener and then it has of course two dependencies, which is matches and we matches. Okay, let's see if this works. I'm actually quite excited to try this out. Import use media query hooks use media query for like let's do add just to stay consistent with how we import other files. Okay, so the way she uses this is like you can have like a const is mobile. Let's call it is mobile. Use media query and where does our mobile end? And set this max width. Hopefully it works this way as well, but we'll see. Okay. So if menu is open and is mobile, it's open. Maybe we can like create another check for this, but for now this is fine, right? Okay. Use this as multiple places, but let's just see if this works. And it doesn't. All right. And that's probably because Next.js doesn't have access to watch media. Or to be totally sure, maybe I made a typo. I don't think so. I think it's just like Next.js. I made a typo, of course. Cool. Why? Where? Watch media? Did I? Match media, not watch media. Match media. Deprecated. Let's see what this is all about, shall we? Okay, so how do we remove it then? If you just work across browser where it's supported, okay, let's see. On change event. Okay, so basically we have to do this, like media dot change event, and then we like this. Don't have to do this apparently. Wow! Wow, would you look at this? Wow, it works! Cool. But now I'm... how do you, like, remove it? Event, media event, so on change. Can I actually remove it from, like... The change event on the media interface fires when the state of media query support changes. Okay, so it isn't really all that bad, so this will only trigger when the media query is like hit. Or... yeah, pretty much. So I don't have to remove it. So yeah, that's fine. I guess that's fine. So let's try it again. Open, close, cool. Cool. Ah, no! I closed Tailwind. No! Okay, back to the docs. I don't know. After. Just some documentation. Okay, so this is cool. Maybe, just maybe, I can... Instead of defining this right here, I can do like export const. Which might be actually a little bit better. Yep. Okay, then never mind. Let's just do it here. It's fine to have it here. It's descriptive enough. Let's see if we can clean this up a little. Like, we can do this. Hopefully. Cool. Better. More readable. Okay, so that's pretty much the mobile menu for you. But does this work cross-browser? Let's test Edge for a second. Why am I testing Edge? It's Chromium based as well. Firefox? It was part of the MDM, so yeah. So the only thing that can really like screw me over right now is like mobile Safari and that kind of stuff. So that one, does it still work? Yes. It's fine. So without Watch Query, was it like available in Safari or am I just shooting myself in the foot right now? Oh, it's actually supported quite well. Didn't expect that. I never heard of it. The more you know. I think the can be bigger. Let's get rid of that and because we don't use it anyways. Can. Cool. So that's nice. So let's commit this. Let's review this and commit this, so we can start working on the other things. So this looks nice. And then we made a lot of changes here. Ramp. Control J with one hand is a little bit of a stretch. So we set the state. So we have the mobile and we use the hook. So we have the mobile media query and if is mobile and okay, so we have all this, which is just set if it's mobile, then we have is mobile, background primary. Or maybe we can do this better. If I'm not mistaken, there's another way to do this, which might make more sense. Like nav. Let's go to the nav. Let's do this. Let's move this back to here because don't need the documentation at the moment. I think we can just do, instead of making this an if else, we can do it this way. Yep. Okay, cool. So that's something we are going. So here it does need to be, yeah, and here as well. And we don't have any other like empty if else is right. No. So if mobile, then string, else don't do it. Which is cool. Okay, so let's go back to code reviewing this stuff. So this is nice. It's great as well. I don't mind it being. This is probably the only place where we use negative on a box shadow. So for grid default, we change that. Now edit. another div when we go to mobile, because this gets replaced by this inside of the grid. Then we say, okay, it's either hidden if there is no mobile, or if the mobile menu isn't open. Otherwise, we spawn all the mobile classes, and then we had to do like self-start, which doesn't have any effect on desktop, and we changed the text sizes, which is nice. So cool, we can push this. Let's say implementation is, then I hey, maybe this is fuck, I just pushed it. Get status. Wait a minute, is that because... Yeah, otherwise it will be okay, I can do it this way, it has to be an empty string. Am I going down the road of like... let's just do it this way. Let's take this message. If this was like a bigger project, I probably like undo the last commit, fix my mistake, and I push it. Ain't nobody got time for that. So let's just push it on top of this. And also, let's run dev. Let's just first, I think it was this mistake, right? Yeah. So if I now do this, that is gone. Cool. Warning, receive false for a non. Okay. Let's just copy and paste this one. Cool. Cool. Now we took care of that one. Keyboard shortcuts, gotta love them. Let's reopen VS Code. Because one thing I noticed on mobile is that the header is a bit big. What the fuck is this? Okay, cool. I got a notification from Twitter mentioning me, but when I open Twitter, I see absolutely nothing. I love Twitter. npm run dev. Because this is a little bit too big. Maybe we can increase the font size just a bit on mobile. I don't know about you guys, but I think it can be a little bit more punchy. Okay, let's see. That's not here. That's in the default layout. Let's check the font sizes. I might have to place in an arbitrary value somewhere between 3 and 4. Yeah, I probably want this to be like 2 REM. It's a little bit bigger, not all that much. So that means that we go from this to like this. That's what I want. Now, where is this padding coming from? Oh, that's not the padding one, that's the height. So instead of like using height, let's only use the height starting from ND. Okay. So let's see. It's MD, so let's see. Okay. What if we have this? Okay, that's better. And then like 24? It's too big. What if we do 12? Yeah, it can be a little bit more. 16? 15? Uh, 18 doesn't exist. But which is there any padding in between, please? 12, 14, 16, 20. Okay, probably 16 then. Monetize your content. Now do a 3XL. Eh. REM seems like fun. I would have loved to monetize your content. This looks fine as well. And now we also have enough space to like overlay the IMIC. If you look very closely, you can see like a little bit of gray overflowing from the image. It's like here it seems like it. Seems like I won't be bothered by it. Okay, this is good and this is nice. So I guess we can get started with the... No, I decided that I also want to do the footer, like complete... Let's just... I wrote this down in my update today, what I wanted to get done. I forgot about it already. So let's check. I think let's first finish the default layout, so also add a footer at the bottom. So we don't have to revisit that again. Where is it? With the development environment set up and all the basics configured, it's now time to go to platform start finish. Tomorrow we'll finish the default template by implementing mobile navigation. Done. Adding the footer, not done, and ensuring it's performant, accessible, and responsive. Done, but the footer is not. I mean, is it accessible? Let's see what Lighthouse says about accessibility. Because I am definitely not sure if the contrast is big enough for the likings of Lighthouse. Let's just see. It's probably gonna complain a whole lot about SEO. I'm not worried about that. We're going to fix it towards the end. The only thing I'm worried about now is like, okay, so why the fuck is performance so low? Serve image in next gen formats. Yeah, that's probably because performance is so low. Okay, we can do that. And of course, it's a dev server. We can optimize for that as well. Ooh, this doesn't look all that great. We should probably have a look at that as well. What's wrong with it? Okay, so title and a lang attribute. Fine. That's something we're gonna fix towards the end. And progressive web app can like kiss my nuts, because that's not something I'm going to make for this app. And I'm also not going to be worried about like the overflow, because the lowest resolution device I'm going to support is like this iPhone SE, which is 375 wide, which is fine for most. Like, which one do we have? Like Galaxy S8. It's okay. Let me circle back a little bit. Let's fix that as well. MD for base, and let's do like SM. Like that's the thing, right? Yeah. Why are you not getting any smaller? Interesting. Am I missing something here? Ah, Twan, because it's text, you fucking moron. Oh my god, sometimes I'm just getting tired of like myself. So I can't imagine you guys getting tired. Okay, let's see if this still checks out. Okay, so this checks out. So let's say this is MD text based, and then we can go like text SM on like mobile devices. This looks fine, but now the button looks a little odd. Or doesn't it? Yeah, I think it looks fine. It looks fine. Don't worry about it. It's cool, it's cool, it's cool. Now, let's move on. Okay, so are we going to push this? Yeah, we might as well. Or now that we're at it, let's do like this background image that we have in here. Like, before we forget about it, like this hero, let's refill in Explorer. Let's convert this to like WebP. Convert. Ah. I used this service before, so it's probably fine. Yeah, I don't care. Start. Excuse me, why is it bigger? Now it's 407 K. Well, I think we can make that a bit smaller. Let's just press it to can be all that smaller. Let's not compress it to bits right now. As images, maybe we can find a compressor with a bit more options. Does anybody in chat know like of an image compressor that's that provides you with more options than this? Because this is way. You know what? How big is this image? Like it's 4040. We might actually get away by making it smaller than that, just to scrape off some pixels, which also helps a lot. So let's do, say, like, make it 90/20. How big is the header? It's like, instead of its value, let's say this is fine. Let's rip it through like tiny JPEG. Cool, that's already way smaller. Yeah, fine. Ah, convert. We'll get there, we'll get there. This takes a second. Are you sure about that? about that. Here, and then we say this. And we have to go to table config and say like P. P. Cool. And how does this affect our performance? Okay, avoid like all that shit. Okay, time to interactive is still pretty big, but that's because it's a development server, don't worry guys. But at least I'm not getting like any complaints about like images and that kind of stuff. So that's great. Okay, document doesn't have a title. Fine, 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 fine. Best practices 100. Woo. Okay, cool. Now, that's taken care of. Lighthouse header fixes header optimizations. Is that how you spell optimizations? I don't know. Ah, okay, cool. Okay, now let's get started with the footer, which we can probably... let's do it like... Do we make enough? Yeah, I think footer is also part of navigation, right? Yes, I'm down. Port default. Function. Footer. Doesn't need any children. Turn. Footer. Okay, cool. And let's make this 50. Okay, so it's in the container. And we can probably flex this because it doesn't need to be on the grid. I don't know why everything else is now. I think because of this. Cool. Now everything aligns well. Okay, so then we can probably make this flex and like justify between. And on one side we just have a spawn, and on the other side we'll have just an href because it links to a different site, and let's say it goes to https://twankruij.com by which is my company is called T-Arch. Okay, cool, and then take this message, copy HTML. Go in here, and we could say like import footer. And we can make this below children without any props. Cool. Cool. Are we going to do mobile first? Yeah, why the heck not? Flex cool, and then like, you can say flex. And like MD is justified between. And then we say, let's say that footer has 29. Let's make this 32. Because I know that 32 is 4 is 8. So let's give this like a PY of 8. PY of 8. Yep, let's give the py of 8. Say class name. So what font is this? So we have used like text zinc 600. It can be a little less than that. It can be 500. And so that way we can use like, oh, we also need like the rel. What rels do we have actually? Let's go to my page because I know I have this all figured out here. Target blank. Target blank. Rel. There's all this stuff. Okay, and then we make this like font bold, semi bold, line, which is nice. And let's say it's like 4. That's a little bit too big. Let's make it MB2. Like medium devices, we do MB. I don't know, inset. Or we can just do 0, that's fine as well. And then how big is this? Oh, this is also 500. Let's go for 500 to 400. Makes more sense, this. Exactemundo. And then let's get the current year so that we never have to... Here. Probably have to do like... this. Ooh. Better. So now we have the year. Probably it's pretty much it. This goes to my website. This is cool. Do I need to update like the font sizes? It's 12, so it can be can be a little bit smaller. So that's like text XS. Wow, bit too small for my liking. I don't know. Let's just keep it a text base. It's fine. I'm not sure. Text SM might. Oh, okay, text SM. It's not all that important, right? And then if we do this. Okay, better. Better. So, let's see. We actually have to update the spacing for... Okay, so this is like EY. So let's say B... Do I want to change it? No, I'll probably just add extra padding to the page content, because this might look good on the database page, having like this amount of padding, but maybe on the blog page it will look a bit odd. We can always update it later. Can always update that later. Yep. Okay, so that means can push this. Okay, import footer for footer seems about right. Do we have any complaints? I mean, I can see that this is like a accessibility issue. You know what? If you don't test this, you won't know. Let's just fix it now before it takes us like another commit. Lighthouse, generate report. Hopefully it's enough contrast. Otherwise, I don't know. I won't be happy about it. Fuck. Yep. Okay, it has to be bigger contrast. That's fine. I mean, I don't like it, but we have to change it. Okay, so now we don't have that. You know what? Let's get rid of these issues as well. Or let's do that in a different command. So footer is good, right? dy sync. Cool. Footer. Outs. It's push status cool commit and def. Now let's do the basic SEO stuff. Let's get that out of the way, shall we? And I believe that is in app. So next, JS SEO. To avoid duplication empty. Okay. I don't want to place this inside of my, like... I don't want to create a document page. If I don't have to, I don't want to create it. Do I set it in default layout? No, I don't want to have it like in the layout file. I probably want to have it in the app file. That makes more sense. Like, let's next add app. Why the fuck do... Alright. Let me check like one project. Because I, of course, already... It's inside of another. Let's just use Vim for this. It's fine. Band source. Okay, so yeah, they're placed inside of the head. Cool. Let's just grab this. It's fine. Yeah. I have to sneeze, but I can't sneeze. Ah, import it. Okay, now it's gonna complain about all this stuff. The way to do it? This will work on Next.js version. That's all. Okay, I'm fine. 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 Let's do it that way then. Hey buddy, how are you doing? Oh, if I do this... Okay, yeah, probably start a server. Just a second. Hey, welcome to the family. Build and learn. But how was my day? Well, I'm feeling a little bit better. Not... I'm definitely not like healthy, but I'm doing better than yesterday. And I'm actually still not sure if I have like just the flu or COVID, but I'm taking all precautions like no contact outside of the house. And I'm also like a little annoyed that Ajax was thrown out of the Champions League yesterday. But hey, football, I don't think anybody likes football here. Everybody likes code. And how was your day, man? Did you like spend all your paycheck already or not? Like, we can get rid of all these links. We can set this to like nothing for now. We can set this to nothing for now. Or like, yeah, we can set this HPS like double use. And we can use like this as a description. I don't care. I'm not spending anything till I get a job. Ah, I get that. I probably shouldn't spend all that, all my money as well. Oh well, you only live once. YOLO! I haven't said that in like ages. Yesterday I had a really brutal workout in the gym though, and today because of that I couldn't go to the gym today. Very sore. What are you doing, my man? I actually didn't go to the gym. I had a deload week planned for this week. So, which basically means that you go to the gym and if your 1 rep max is like 100 kilos for 5 reps, or like if your 1 rep max is like 100 kilos, you do like 60 kilos for a couple of reps. Be right back. I will get a glass of water real quick because I'm dying. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. So it was legs and chest. So squats, hex squats, and extensions, curls, count, both. On with that. Benches, so bench a bit heavier because stuff or less set. It's probably pretty old. God damn, that's a workout, right? So basically, like a very. Wait, those are like 2 push exercises on one day, or like multiple pushes. Oh well, you do you, I guess. I mean, I think my most brutal gym session was the very first one where I couldn't move my arms like this way or this. We're kind of stuck like this halfway through. I plan push pull, but now that's a bit old for me. Yeah, I don't know. I don't do push pull either. I mean, I do like Monday. It's like a bit of chest. Then I do squats and like superset triceps. Now everybody's leaving the gym. They're like, I came here for code, not for gym stuff. Just bear with me a second. I like to talk about this stuff as well. Tuesdays are for like I do my deadlift, so I do some back together with biceps. Then and I think I do like wait, I have this all set in heavy. If you aren't using heavy for your gym sesh, I would suggest you do that as well. It's a great app. It's actually a pretty well designed app as well. So let's see. Okay, so on Tuesdays I do like deadlifts, lat pull down, so basically back, biceps, and nothing more. On Wednesday I have my second chest day, so chest and triceps again. Then on Thursdays I have my... Hey, wait, am I saying this right? No, Wednesday I also do shoulders besides chest, and then on Thursday I do like back, another back and bicep session, and then on Friday I do legs and shoulders. One thing I do love is long runs every Sunday, like a long one, a 24-kilometer one. So I have a mountain route near my house, so me and my younger cousin do that. I live 5 times a week. But you know, I'm motivated by losing all that weight, and I really want to be in shape for the summer. I mean, I want to not like I mean the result of me of reaching my goals being in shape, but I want to reach my goal before it hits midsummer. Yeah, and personally, I'm not that much into running, but I think that's mostly because I did some running and my shins and my knees started to hurt, but I was too heavy. So is Beachbody a Dutch thing as well? Yeah, it's a Dutch thing as well. I mean, I'm slowly starting to see my abs now, so I'm definitely moving more towards like the 15% body fat range, which is like mind-blowing for me. Let's go to chat in the mission for this. Which is mind-blowing for me because like 2 years ago, I showed this picture to people like in the gym like Monday. It's mind-boggling that 2 years ago I was like 131 kilos. And okay, for context, I'm like 178 centimeters, so I don't know, that's like 5'11" or 5'10". Yeah, so it's basically 5'10". Nah, a little between 5'10" and 5'11". I'm pretty close to 1.8. Yeah, I think. Okay, so 5'11" is more. I'm more close to 5'11" than I am to 5'10". So yeah, it's like mind-boggling, and it's also quite mentally. It hasn't been as tough like dieting and like working out, but it's definitely like mentally very tough to start seeing yourself in a different way. For if I look in the mirror, I still, of course, I see like the results, but I'm still like, okay, and that needs to go, and that's still not there, and I think that's definitely something that I need to get rid of, because at one time you want to be positive with your own body, right? But oh well. Let's not get too hung up about the old weight loss like story. If people want to hear more about it, just drop it in the chat, ask your questions. But let's just continue with writing code. I think that's what you're all here for, right? Okay, so let's see. So we did we updated like the head. Okay, so the language is now set to English. And we have all that kind of stuff. We don't have an open graph image yet. You know what? Let's create that one right freaking now. Can you give any info about Web3 and serverless? I'm clueless about these topics. Yeah, I mean those are two like pretty big subjects. I mean, serverless is not like you don't have a server. It's more like you don't have to worry about the server. Like Vercel is serverless, but of course your website still runs on the server. Social. Let me do two things at once. Like social image size. Optimal. And like Web3 is crypto related. So you have like Solidity for for writing smart contracts on the Ethereum network. Like EtherJS. You also have like the third web, which is also very interesting. Aren't you interested in that? I'm definitely actively working on my Web3 skills, but more on the side. I mean, like interest for Web3 goes like this, you know? And I'm actually in the Web3 space myself as well with Upperplant, so I know a thing or two about it. It's very hard to imagine what the, like, average front-end role will be in Web3. Will it be like working with wallet logins and like getting things from the blockchain? And how is it all going to work? I mean, Third Web actually gives you a little peek into the future of what development will look like on the blockchain, because it's like it abstracts away more things, and probably when people start abstracting away a couple of things, it probably means that you can yeah, how do I put that? It probably means that it's going to be used a lot more, because people are doing it a lot, so it needs to be abstracted away. People can earn money from making things simpler. But my advice to you would be, like, if you are getting into the web space, definitely know about all this stuff, but don't focus first on getting good at writing Web2 stuff. $1,200 by 630. Then we can do this. Okay, if I was to scroll, like, maybe it's this big in your feed, or like yada 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 yada. Whoa, orange picture. Hey, affiliate things. Let me zoom in. What can you do? Monetize your content with affiliate marketing. Oh, okay, let's click on this, right? Okay, Google, shut up. Sorry. Oh, sorry. I didn't notice your chat there. You know what? I do hope you get big soon on Business Front. I mean, if I can ever have a chance to have a boss like you, it would be really cool and chill to work. Nice, man. You're easy to talk and you're really kind as well. I mean, I could have just muted yourself this whole time and focused on your code. You've helped me so much in the past month. Yeah, no problem. No, I mean, that's definitely one goal I've set out on this whole journey. Is like, I want to create like a community where like senior devs help junior devs in like a more like zen environment where you can still joke around, where nothing has to be as serious as like Stack Overflow, where people who do code can learn from people who do business, and people who do business can maybe learn some code things, and really create a community of makers where everybody helps each other out. So I'm currently all in the process of building this whole thing myself. Just a moment, because I have to cough again. Sorry, I've got flu. But I'm going to take this project one step further in like a couple of streams later, where I'm going to actively involve everyone. Like, do you have an idea on how to improve this, on how to do marketing? Let me know. We'll try it out on stream and we'll make a little list of what works and what doesn't. Why don't you make a Discord? It's probably where you can form the community. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. It's on my list. I want to research a couple of things before I get into making the Discord, but it's coming. You heard it here first. The Discord is coming. Winter is coming. Oh, the Discord is coming. But before I do that, I definitely first want to have clear for myself, okay, what community do I want? What people do I want to involve? I probably need a couple of moderators as well, you know? Or fucking coughing. You know what? I got an idea if you don't mind. Yeah, let me know. Let's make this two. I mean, this is a little better. 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 Okay, so this is centered. Now let's export the living shit out of this. OG image. OG. Then also compress it, because Figma likes to see 4 and 3 KB doesn't make any sense for that big of an image. Then let's put it in here. Oh. Living in between a sneeze and no sneeze. Okay, now this is where it gets hard. Because now I have to do like this and then like image and then OG.jpg. You can definitely form a community to help other people to make business from home so they can do that too. And I think it can be a big... Everyone can learn that of the business. Of course, if you still... Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. That's the thing I set out to do. Of course, I want to make... I build my own things and I would like this to be successful. But I also want to show people that you can build like... Not all that like difficult businesses online. Like, use affiliates.com. I built this on stream. I probably spent around, I don't know, once this completed, like somewhere in the neighborhood between 40 and 80 hours on this, right? And you have a full product. You have to manage a database. You have to manage like all the incoming things. But if you market it right, if you do your content marketing right, if you find some creative ways to, or you don't even need creative ways, just like conventional ways to market your product, you can make a buck from it. And people tend to forget that making an income is not about making $1 million fucking dollars. No, if for instance use affiliates nets me like, I don't know, somewhere in the neighborhood of like 2,000 euros each month. Well, I can't live for that because I've so let's say I have one arbitrary number which I keep like in my goals list, which I want to net like 5,000 euros a month for my business, because that means that I can pay myself out like 3,500 euros each month as a salary, right? It's basic business stuff. So and in order to make, you can count backwards. In order to make like 5,000 euros a month, I need like, how many customers? Like for this one, let's say I need like, what are we charging? Calculator. I'm not hell bent on like what we're doing. Like I think I need like 50 customers, right? Each month. Okay, that might not be enough, so maybe we have to up the prices or sell some sponsorships or spin up another business. You know, there are many ways, or maybe do some freelancing, or maybe up my prices, or there's a whole lot you can do. But I just want to form a little community of people who like to build stuff, or just maybe they just like to lurk and want to learn a thing or two about, I don't know, streaming, or they have other interests. If people help each other out, my mission has been successful. Or let me put this another way. If people aren't toxic to each other and really want to get out of their way to help each other, my job here is done. You know? Because I like to stream myself. Just I don't know. I've got used to like streaming in front of like 0 people, and of course I'm not streaming in front of 100 people right now, or in front of 100 people right now. But every person that hits that little follow button, I don't know, I enjoy it. I didn't expect those people to follow me, but I enjoy it. I don't have any like clear set goals besides, okay, I want to hit affiliate, because that was a goal that came closer and closer and closer with each and every stream. So now I'm like, okay, I want to hit it. But I just want to make cool stuff. And it only becomes funner with every person that's getting added to the community. We can try more stuff. We can try out more things. We can try out marketing things. We can try, I don't know. Maybe for the next project, someone goes like, hey, you know what? I want to learn like Remix. Can you build this project in Remix? And I can think like, okay, what are the pros and cons? We might as well do it. As you can hear, I don't have like, I'm missing like something in my vision at the moment that makes this whole thing like, I don't know, complete or move forward, or a clear goal to work towards. For now, it's just like hit affiliates, go from there, finish use affiliates. Make some money off this. Okay, so now we have the OG image. But let's continue building as well. Well, I see you again after now. Have a nice day. Yeah, you too, man. With affiliate marketing, I think the... Okay, so what do we have here? We have like... What is this like identifier? Oh, shit. Let's remove that. Delete it. Okay, so app. Use affiliate score, monetize your content with affiliate marketing, use affiliates, yada yada yada. Of course, we can improve this, but let's just do it this way. We did this, and we added this. Edit meta text. Edit meta text. Edit meta and station text. Let's remove all this stuff because we don't need it anymore. Okay, I think we can get started with like building the actual table. Ooh, guys, we are getting close. Or are we getting close? I mean, I still have to do the whole Notion shenanigans. But we can definitely continue. So, let's see. What's the first thing that we want to do? Let's make this overlay thing. Let's not focus on like the filters. I think this is something we're going to like at the end. Let's first focus getting the overlay. Getting like, hey Pat, how are you doing, my man? You need a fast answer. Shoot your question, buddy. Well, I need to start, and I can't use npx create react app with my app. Why can't you use that? Just a second for the default layout. Yeah, I think Jack might be onto something. Check if your Node version is up to date. So, create React app Node. Create React app requirements. At least Node 10. Okay, so you need Node 14. So if you go like into your terminal and do like Node-v, what does that say? Then I'm going to think about I have 60. Okay, so that's cool. No. If you have like Node-v and you have like 16, that's fine. It doesn't make any sense though, because then it would just like be... Oh, have you run like this? Because maybe it's globally installed. No, you definitely don't want to globally install it, I think. Because they switched over to npx. Maybe there are some like conflicts during that. No, basically the NPX has removed like the need to do that before and nothing. This uninstall. Let's see. Yeah, it's difficult for me to debug this because I'm not like, I don't have access to your machine. So normally how I will tackle this is like go freaking bananas with like Googling stuff and Googling this error message. Like, what happens if you like just copy and paste this whole freaking error? Like, if you copy and paste. Okay, so let's see what we get. Okay, so how I will do this is like, okay, I have an error, I do this. I encounter the same issue. I now found that NPS create latest. And then like your project name behind that. What happens if you do that? Yeah, I agree with Jack on that one, but I don't know, maybe he is required to run Create React App. Let's see. Okay, what should we do? Shall I make this into like a separate table? Or should I make this part of the default layout? Because, okay, it does overflow. I think we're going to make this part of like the default layout. I think that makes sense. So we are going to include that. Oh, nah, we can't do that because we have to load more programs. So this has to be a component. Yeah, I feel you, Pat. That's part of being a developer. Whenever you start a new project and try to install dependencies, you always run into like thousands of issues. And actually, I think this needs to go here. I know you don't like me, but I have to do it this way because then we can do this. Because the navigation doesn't have to be part of main. That doesn't make any freaking sense. But yeah, check out I've just, what did I just do? Like this. I think the solution will be in this thread. Just try some things out and try not to nuke your computer. That would be great. Okay. So let's get started with the actual freaking affiliates table. Do we call this table? Let's call this listing. See, I'm like mix and matching functions and shit. So, okay, so now it can go into main. So now we can go into index. We can finally get started with like listing. Components listing. Okay, cool. And then it can be like in the then this thing was like in the container. But it wasn't in the container. What do you mean by that? Is that we have a little negative margin X of like 1. Oh, and that doesn't work. Oh. Okay, that doesn't matter at all. Because we can just do like a section in here. Can we, like, if we give this section like a background of like, let's do BG red 300 just so we have something to work with. Because we also need to have like margin top minus margin top, like I think 24, something in that neighborhood. Okay, and then Z10 and relative. Yeah, sorry. Let's do -4. We did 1. Okay. That's. Okay, so now we have this. Let's give it a fixed height of, like, I don't know. Let's give it a height of 64. Just or 128. I think that's... ooh. Wait. I said height, not width, right? Oh. Oh, que pasa? Okay, sorry. Let's do this, and let's say... okay, let's move this to the front. I don't know. I'm just picky how I do this. So now setting the height. The height is definitely going to like get ditched later on, but not now. Let's say rounded 7. It's rounded, and let's say shadow. It's fine. Now we can also like get rid of this. Do we have to give it an explicit like background white? I don't think so. We do, otherwise it's transparent. Son of a gun. And then we can also give it like a P of 1, because we want to have padding of 1 all around, I guess. Or like 1 REM, which is 4. Wait, for which did we like... Okay, we gave it like 24. Which is 1.5, so that's 6. So okay, let's update like this to this. Okay, just a second, guys. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Had to blow my nose for a second. This fucking flu, man. Okay, so now we have the listing. Let's also create a listing item.js. No, this needs to be function. And what does a listing item take, right? So we are going to work on this now. So we just need 1 row. And then we can style it based on like the NT, like if it's even or odd, I guess. But we'll figure that out later. So we need an image. We need a title. We need a description. So let's just call it desk. It's better. Otherwise we have to write out description all the time. We need like a... What? Let's fuck off. Payment type as cookie and a URL. Or a link, I guess, or a URL. What should we do? Link or URL? URL. You're going to pass a URL. And that's about it, right? So we have filtered by category, filtered by type, but I mean, the rows are not aware of their own categories. Only like the thing above it is, I guess. So let's return and let's do an article because these are semantically articles. And let's say we have an image with a source of image. We have an alt, source of title. Oh, fuck me sideways. We have to use like... This was the one thing that I didn't like about Next.js. Source image, alt title, 6450 with 60. Okay, it forces me to write better code, so okay, it's fine with me. Then we do have the default grid. Like grid default, because we specified that in the global CSS. So let's make divs out of this. Call span 1. Then we have like a call span 1, 2, 3, 5. For the title, which is like an H1, because the article can have an H1 title. Then we have a P, which uses the description. And then we have like a full span 2, and those are like... There are 3 of them. One for the payment type. 140, which is basic. I think we can get away with span here. Has cookie, and finally we have the URL. I'm dying over here. Holy mackerino. Okay, are we alive? We are alive. Okay, we're going to add all the icons later and like the images. I just want to like set up like a default grid. Grid. Or we could also do like one singular grid and make rows out of this. Oh well, we might mix and match later. So let's say that we import listing item, add components, or like, I mean, it will always live in the same folder, so we can do this. And for now, let's add. Let's add 3. Let's just do, or 4. Maybe 4 is better. Let's add 4. Yeah, we will have to give this a lot more information. Okay, so basically I can just remove this one because I have to. But we have this, so we can do this. We can now like multi-select, like this. Say 30 days. Payment type is 1 time payment. Description. And URL is like, let's not provide a URL because we don't need that at the moment. For the image, let's go to Twitter, Shopify. I don't know, this one seems fine. Copy image address. Oh, shoot. Invalid source prop. Ah, God. This is why I hate that. Okay. Next, yes, config image source. Yada, 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 yada. Where is it? Images, domains. Fine, I'll do it myself. And that's because I now, with that, have to do this. Come on. Cool. And now we have to get rid of this. Okay, now we can style that damn thing. Let me actually check. Hey, got a new follower on Twitter. His name is Wayne. Are you in the chat, Wayne? Yes or no? Or maybe you already left because of my rant. All the stuff that I wanted to do. Let's style this these rows, shall we? So let's just not focus on the is sponsored yet. Let's add that to Notion actually, so we don't forget about that. I have to do more with task management. I know, guys. I know. I'm just lazy. This is completed. This is completed. This is completed. In progress. This thing to do. Why is Notion so? Limit. This I can't write like this Notion, and this is why I don't use Notion anymore for like my notes, because sometimes it's just terribly slow. Implement is spawn. Not my best English, but it gets the message across. So, do we have like a shadow for this? Shadow. Can you give this fucker an like? Can you give it class name? Order. Okay, then we are going to do it the Tailwind way, which means that we are going to wrap the image inside of a spawn. I'm just a little confused. Why won't this work? Probably because it's not like a block element. I just want to do it here, man. Doesn't make sense. Like, let's say block. Yeah, I'm not stupid. Don't. Okay, let's just first do rounded. This image is really like... Okay, cool. This has to be part of like every single... Ooh. Actually, might not to do that with the... But hey, let's just first... Okay, so this is like text SM. And this is text XS. And we probably now also want to give this fucker some padding. So there's 14, so that it's like 3, I guess. PY is 0.5. Good. And how big are these? These are all 12. Okay, here, here, here. Okay, this is way too small. This is why I don't... Okay, go with the flow, Twan, go with the flow. Make this bigger. Okay, we can probably get away with like TextSM, right? Okay, 14, fine. And we have to update this to text base. Fine. Fine. Text zinc. Which zinc did we use again? I don't think we set up any yet, so let's do like 900. Like font semi-bold. And like text heading. Or font heading. Better. And this was text sync. I guess I can make all these the same. Like const. Text styles. Text sync 800. This makes more sense to do it this way. Then we can always like update it later. Boop. 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 Nice. And which this is like Roboto regular, so that's all fine. Now we have to have a look at like the, let's say like the heating is like snug. Yeah, better. Better. Now the only thing is that the images aren't all that. How is this like? I mean, do I mind? It actually looks pretty good. I'm not even mad. Okay, so let's see. Can we like style this like NTH like pseudo selectors? Which one do we hover focus on other states? No. Utility first? No. Like, do we have like alt? Order. Alt? Ah, yes. Like even it's like BG. Let's do BG red 400 and then auto like let's do BG blue. It will look like absolute shit, but just to see if this works or that we have to come up with another way. Well, look at this. It doesn't look like shit, but we do have a problem with this and this. Is that a problem? Yeah, that's How come? Because probably we set like on the listing we set a PP. We set a PP on the listing, boys. Okay, so that's fine. But now that's a little bit of an issue because now the grid. Yeah, let me think about this. Set something in there or do let's try it out. Like let's say px is 6. Alright, this works as well. This works as well. So now we didn't want to do anything with like the even, or do we want to do? Yeah, even is fine. So we have to do odd is like background primary, but like at 0.6. Point one, so we can say like 10. Cool. If it's up to me, it can be a little bigger. Let's just get some data from the actual database to... I mean, yes, I'm going to do this Notion input later. I'll probably do that tomorrow. Because how long do we have left? Like an hour. But let's see if we can find a big, fat description. This one feels really big. Let's do that. Oh, you know what? Let's just copy over the whole entire freaking row. Let's place it here. This is the description. Look at how freaking long that is. As well as the body shop. 30 days. Okay. I don't mind. Ah! Well, actually, that doesn't look all that bad. Maybe we can increase like the... This is what I meant during the design phase from, okay, we're going to tweak it a little bit once we get into the front end. Because I don't know about you, but I think that's one of my flaws. When I design something in like Figma, and I'm most of the time I'm like, oh, this doesn't look great, so I have to make like font sizes smaller and all that kind of stuff without really thinking about good defaults. Like, okay, if it doesn't look good in Figma on like 16 pixels, I probably have to like update my artboard or update my container or whatever. But I think we can make this work. We can make this work by going from 6 to like 8. No, this has to be 6. And this has to be 4. Better. What happens if we makes this 6 as well? Okay, that's just not great. Let's go do 4. That makes more sense. Okay. And now we have to get all the icons in here. I guess, am I forgetting something? Yeah, I'm still not seeing the shadow. Which can be my... And this also doesn't work great, but hey, you know what? We'll get to that later. We'll have to come up with a mobile design as well. Actually, I'm going to take a small 5-minute break just to stretch my leg a little bit, like my legs a little, like blow my nose, go to the toilet, and all that kind of fun stuff. So I will see you all in 5 minutes. Okay, I'm back faster than I expected. Because I wanna continue with this. Let's go. So let's get the icons in here. Let's just... Okay, so I can go to like hero icons. Let's move this over here. 3. Okay, and we also have to come up with ways to render this. Or instead of the icons, let's... Now that I'm noticing this, let's also go here. Let's use grid bold. And now we have like... Spawn 6. We are basically now building these little titles here on top. I don't know if I'm actually going to include this little information kind of things, but we'll see. So we have program, we have a cool spawn 2 for element type. We have a spawn 2 for as cookie. And then we have for link. Like list title classes is font heading text. That's it, text based. That's fine. Actually, we can just take the title here. We can take this. Okay, and then this also needs to be x of 4 or 6. Sorry. Sense. And I'm a full. This needs to be not even, not odd, but this is not odd. Oh, that's because if I add like another section here, it's like another div. That's not great. So we probably need to contain this in its own little div. Better, because that way it makes more sense that it's odd. Right? Right. Okay, and then the offset was 8. Now that we've increased sizes, we can probably say, okay, margin bottom needs to be like 4. That's too big. I think 8 is it was the way to go. And let's also do a PT of like 8. Just we probably remove this later, but that way we have something to work with. I don't like the font sizes of this one, so we'll probably downgrade this to like SM. Or even XS. SM. And then we can also get away with like an even smaller margin bottom. Cool, which gives space for an icon. Oh. From right, SVG. Textiles. And we can also make this flex. Seems about right. Current color. Do I pronounce it as Ray or just Ra? Welcome. Thank you for the follow, man. Or whammon. Let's see. I think that's about right. Then we do need to have some like conditionals for like the cookies. If it's no cookie, then render the like cross, and if it has a cookie, then render the other one. And I actually have to pick this one because I'm a fool. Let's stick to one. Okay, better, but now this probably needs to be 6. Yeah. Okay. That looks already way better. Now let's go to the... Okay, so let's give this some space. Alright. Let's do this. I don't know. Maybe we can get away with it. You know what? Let's just get the icons in here and then we can like decide later how we are going to do the checks, because we probably are going to do that once we like import the database anyway, right? Or like once we implement like the database connection. Let's just get that this is the frame. They don't tell me what it is, so it's check, I guess. Yeah, check circle. Copy SVG. And let's place that in a spawn. Save it. And let's grab this, place that on the spawn, do MR, move this, fill rule, clip rule. How does that look? Awful. Okay. Why does it look awful? So, can you tell me why you do want to work here? Like, if I increase this to like 8, the chevron will get bigger. Okay, but in that case, we can just like... Maybe I'm doing something wrong, but let me check if this works as well. Because getting rid of like HTML elements is always a good thing. I thought this was the way to go. Like, I saw like the Tailwind team do it this way, but... Hey, if it works, it works. So for this one as well, it's going to be like a textiles and then like a flex. Hey, Hell, welcome. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it, man. Okay, so that's 30 days. I don't know. I think they need to be like a little smaller. That's better. That's better. So that means that we'll probably have to make this like 5 as well, just to stay consistent. Yeah, that immediately feels way better. Now, okay, we are not going to do any of the checks. So like, if it has a cookie, it probably needs to be like this check mark. But if it doesn't have a cookie, it needs to have the cross. But we'll get to that later. Because I don't know how it will get, like how it will come back from like the database. We'll have to set it up anyway. So we'll get to that. Should I just include like both SVGs for now? No. No, I don't think so. Let's see. Is that rewind? Or circle? I never know the name of this icon in Hero Icons, and I don't think it's like, yeah, it's called Vector, so that doesn't help me at all. Well, then we'll just search for the thing, right? Exciting content. Ah, refresh. Okay. So this is the payment type. It has textiles. We can place it inside of the spawn. We can do it like this. Then we can this. Then we can say class name. We have 5 on 5, and we know there's a margin right of this. We can do this. Update this. Go here to okay. Again, we have to make this a template string. Textiles. Flex. Items center. Okay, and now it doesn't fit inside of here. Shit. And that's because we had to like update the font sizes. Okay, I'm going to do something that's a little bit controversial. I'm going to just update this to updated everything from 12 to 60. What happens if I just like make this 1200? Let's see how far we can go until it like doesn't want to go on one line anymore. Now I have to update the images. I don't know. Let's just stick to like this container. Let's stick to this one and let's see if we can make any adjustments to this. Because probably if I like reduce the textiles from like, what is it? It was this. Yeah, now it fits, but it's too small. God damn it. Okay, so we're definitely not going to do that. I like what you do, but I understand nothing. What, like, don't you understand anything about coding or design? What's your trait, my doodle? I'm learning React. Yeah, this is pretty much React. Okay, I mean, it's Next.js, which uses React, but I mean, I'm open for any questions. The only thing I'm doing now, so all the things you see here are just like classes, like you said in regular HTML. Still working, I see. Yeah, I'm still working. And I'm still sick, you see. But I turn off my mic every time I get like a seizure, so. But yeah, I'm not doing anything all that like crazy. It might seem a little like overwhelming because of all these files on the left, but don't worry about it. I mean, basically the only thing I'm doing is like the text style. So I've placed this in a constant, so I don't have to like copy and paste it everywhere. I can just update it like here and then it goes there. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I can explain it from like all angles, but if you have any specific questions, I'm happy to go over them. Or happy to answer them, I'd say. But how's your work going, Dragonia? What are you working on at the moment? And I think we are going to... Yeah, okay, so let's up this just a little bit so it gets a little bit more breathing room. So let me look at tailwinds, like containers. What are the size? 2024. I'm figuring out WinDBG? Never heard of it. Source to debug self-contained.NET apps. See? Where someone does it. I like what you're doing, but I understand nothing. Straight back to Dragonia. I like what you're doing, but I understand nothing. Let me tell you, it's annoying because Microsoft docs are garbage for this. You know what? I totally agree with that one. I also hate any Microsoft doc every Microsoft documentation I ever read sucked. Sorry, Microsoft, you have to get better at that one. Okay, so we can get away with making the container a little bit bigger, but that will probably mean that we have to up the image sizes a little bit, which is fine. So now let's figure out how big our container, like our grid columns are. So we have a grid of default. How are we going to calculate this? Okay, so let's grab a calculator, right? So we have 24. Okay, 16 times. First, we know that we have a gap of this. So 192. Okay, so the 24 minus 192. Okay, so this is the number that remains, 832. And if we divide that by 12, we have our column. Okay, that sucks. Okay, let's try something else. If we are going for 1,000, 20, I don't know, 26 minus 192 divided by 12, 699, 1028 minus 92 divided by 12. I need... Okay, so let's say if we want to have columns of like 70 times 12. Okay, 80, 40, was... Okay, 1032. That's the number we are looking for. Now we have columns of 70. Okay, and I haven't hard-coded the 16 number anywhere. Let's do... This is 3. But everything about CLR, the actual JIT compiler, is kind of messy because Microsoft doesn't always follow the official specs, etc. etc. Yeah. I don't like any docs. I mean, there are some pretty solid docs out there. I mean, the Next.js doc is pretty good, I think. It covers about anything. I mean, the Tailwind docs are pretty cool. But then again, I think the first like docs I had to read for like college was the V3 docs, and those suck balls. But at least it helped me learn, like, first learn how to read like horrible documentation before you try to learn good documentation. I don't know if that makes sense, but I don't know. It helped me because once I learned this one, I was able to read any documentation out there. Even though they sometimes sucked, I could find my way around. I mean, I don't necessarily... The D3 documentation doesn't necessarily suck, but it's just so much information. So much little options and API things you can tweak. But okay, we've made this bigger. How does it look on the big screen? Okay, it looks fine. It looks fine. But maybe we want to center this. Does that make nah, I don't think we want to center this because that would look odd. If we have 30 days and no cookies, it won't be aligned. You know what? Let's just roll with this one and then we can tweak it later if we want to. I guess. Yeah, I'm fine with this. It's only like 100 pixels wider. Or even less than that. No, it's like, I know for sure it's like 120 pixels wider because we went for 60 to 70 columns. Documentation can be really helpful. You know, without documentation, I probably won't be a web developer. I had to learn everything myself, mostly from documentation and YouTube stuff. But I mean, I think reading documentation helps you out way more than like any YouTube video or any tutorial ever. Reading documentation, let me, hot take, reading documentation is underrated. Like, most of my peers are going straight into all the YouTube stuff. But read the actual if you want to learn Next.js, read the documentation. And you don't have to be familiar with every term in the documentation, but just go to the getting started. Then try, I want to do this. Just look into the documentation, see if there's anything that can help you out. Especially to get familiar with API design of a library. Yeah, that. And if you read the actual documentation over like reading articles, you are that one person that goes like, did you know that Next.js can do this? I just do documentation like extra. Yeah. If you are really like working professionally with a tool or like trying to learn it inside out, I mean, by reading the documentation, I don't mean like going through every single page, but just look at the outline. Look if there's anything interesting in there, like, oh, maybe I can use that for my project. YouTube tutorials are often either very incomplete or outdated, so I tend to not use them as a main source of information. I mean, for web development, they are mostly up to... They're not always up to date, but I mean, how outdated is web technology anyway, like CSS, HTML, and JavaScript? Yeah, the spec changed a little bit. You can use like an arrow function instead of a function. But all by all, you can... Still the same shit works. For the basics, it can... What do you mean for the which basics? Was it based for Dragonia or for my comment about documentation? I mean, YouTube videos are fine if you follow a tutorial, and I think they can be fun. But I will also always encourage like having your own form of documentation besides it. It's not outdated for basics. No, it depends on the field. Depends on the field. The thing is, libraries change if a tutorial is focused on a certain API design first when it gets messy. Yeah, but I think that also depends on the way you search YouTube. Because if I'm searching for a tutorial on something, I always go to the filter and like filter on last year or filter on last half year. And in my experience, like, maybe for you it's different, Dragonia, because you're in a whole different field. But most of the time, if you have major version changes, even in libraries like React, and also smaller libraries, there tend not to be all that many like breaking changes. And if there are, they're well documented in like the documentation. You can find it pretty easily. To be fair, Microsoft on Masters is fucking death over with a weird change. Yep. I look at the comment and spot the one saying it doesn't work anymore. Yeah, that's actually one technique I use as well. But let's see. Wow, what time is it? It's 5 o'clock. Do I have time to do some more? Because I also want to take a little bit of rest since I'm not feeling all that great. But I'm having a good time with you guys. Love it. Also, for the people who aren't following yet, if you want to hit that little follow button down at the bottom, I will really appreciate it. Mwah, little smooch for you guys. Let's see. Okay, we have to update the database. What did we say, like... Okay, develop listing. That's what we're currently doing right now. Implement sponsor styling. Okay, look at refetching images one. Okay, I can add this one. I can get rid of this fairly quickly. Let's move to completed because I already know how we're going to do that. Where are you? Here you are. Let's make a template string. Let's say URL. And then we can just assign this. And for the people who don't know, if you use like Product Hunt, I think Product Hunt has this as well. It's pretty much like communicating between analytics. Or like, hey, this person came from, see, ref Product Hunt. This person came from Product Hunt. And for me, it's like this person came from useaffiliates.com, right? So we did that. Look at okay, so this is more of a problem once we implement Notion and we work with all the AWS images that expire after a certain amount of time. But I'm not worried about it right now. Yeah, do we need to do anything more? We need to do anything more. Okay, we have to work on this. Like if there are other payment types, like one-time payment gets its own icon, recurring monthly gets its own icon, etc. Like some payment in credits also gets its own icon. Actually, we can do the has cookie. No, let's pick that up once we actually get to it. I don't know. Doesn't make sense to do now because we might move some things around once we really get going. Okay, so we have the filters, which we also do later. So yeah. Can we set up something else? No, I think it's now time for me to like update the database with the images. So that tomorrow we can start working on like getting the data from the database and like again getting one step closer to full completion. I think we did some good work today. Like, let's review this and push this out to the to GitHub. So I'm gonna go. Good luck. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks for dropping by. Okay, I can remove this one because I don't want to work with that. We set up the listing. Okay, so that's fine. Set up the in. Hey, I added this, right? Oh no, what did I do? Nothing. Okay, we updated container size. So we had some more room because the font sizes were too small. We had to increase the container size to have like, instead of 60 like column widths of like 60 pixels, we now went to 70 just to give us some more space to work with. Otherwise things would just look too tiny on desktop. Now we have this, main children. Yeah, this is fine. I probably have to get rid of the images, otherwise. Let's do that in a commit. Let's just keep them empty. How does that look? Okay, it's required. Place hold it. I rather use this images, then I'm fine with having that in my repository instead of like Twitter links. Place like 7. Does this work? No. Is this service outdated? Is this service down? What happened? You know what, actually? We are going to do this differently. We are going to take like the Shopify one. We are going to move it here. We are going to remove the border. And we are going to remove this. And we are going to say you are not 60, but you are 70. We are going to export you as a PNG. And we just say placeholder.png. We're going to go here. Let's move this to public and to images. Because this way I don't have to update the Tailwind config for now. I can just go in like listing item. The images were all fucked. So it's not in listing, it's in listing. Okay, let's do this. And let's say dash image dash placeholder.png. Better. This way we don't have to push anything that doesn't make any sense to the repository. And we can remove that placeholder later. Okay. Let's have a look. Okay, list title classes, fine by me. URLs don't have to work yet. This looks fine. I'm not particularly where are you? I need to this one. I'm not particularly fond of like having this div, but hey, I need to have it there. So if you go into listing item, you have like different backgrounds which is set based on odd or even. We need to have it for that. Otherwise, this will count as the first item, and that doesn't make any sense. Maybe we can. Okay, different ID, so we can get rid of that one. We can say that we have a section. Let's say this is a div, right? This is a div. Nah, doesn't make any sense. And why doesn't that make any sense? Because this is part of this section. I mean, these are the headers for the listing. It's okay. We won't change anything about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Okay, and we don't have any errors. So we have an image, then we have a call, and then we have textiles. This makes sense. The icons. This file probably is going to change a lot with a lot more like checks, and maybe we'll split this up in multiple components, but for now it's fine. Setup listing components. Setup listing components with list items. Let's push that. Okay, and for if anybody's interested, all the code is open source. But yeah, it's not finished yet, so. But hey, if you want to have a little look-see and browse around yourself, I've pasted the link in chat. So yeah, I think that concludes today. I had a blast. I mean, it went better than expected, especially since I have the flu. But what did we do? We published the daily updates. We finished the layout component, like the default layout component. We added the footer, the mobile navigation, and we started working on the listing. So I think tomorrow we can implement like Notion. So I will really have to work on getting some images inside of the Notion database. Otherwise, we'll be fucked. Or I can just mock the database response with like the placeholder image. Oh, that's something I can do as well. And then slowly but surely add images to the database. Maybe I'll pay someone to do that. I don't know. I mean, I'm lazy. Let's throw some money against the problem. So yeah, if nobody has any more questions, I think I'm just going to leave you all alone and fuck off. Going to make myself some dinner. Hopefully tomorrow I wake up without the bloody flu. Or maybe it's COVID, I don't know. Thanks, Dragonia. Thanks. Yeah, do I have anything else to add to that? I don't know. If you're new to the stream and you like what you've seen so far, please drop a follow so you can stay up to date when I stream again. Or check out my Twitter, where I'll also keep you guys updated on when I stream. And for now, I wish you all a very lovely, cozy evening. And I love you all. And I will see ya.